After the critical success of Santa Sangre, you would think that Jodorowsky would be on a roll once more, making film after film, but he made just one afterwards, a British fantasy film called The Rainbow Thief. It stars Peter O'Toole alongside his Lawrence of Arabia co-star Omar Sharif. One thing I would like to point out is that now all 3 of the top billed cast members are dead. O'Toole died in December 2013, and Christopher Lee passed away only a month before Omar. In fact, the very day I uploaded my review for The Holy Mountain was the same day news broke of his death. Anyways, Sharif plays a tramp, while Christopher Lee has but a cameo role as an eccentric millionaire who rides on a white and black machine while playing Ride of the Valkyries with cymbals. He owns a lot of Dalmatians. It wouldn't be surprising if he had 101 of them. He falls into a coma and we get this whole drama about his inheritance, and that's where O'Toole comes in, playing the Prince Milengre. He joins up with the tramp, whose name by the way is Dima, and they form a partnership in which Dima goes around stealing things and acting like a goofball, while Milengre remains in the sewers and plays with a puppet of his dog. One should expect some overacting from O'Toole.
If only you could save me now in this moment of disaster!
While Dima reminds me somewhat of my late grandmother and sounds like Sylvester McCoy's Doctor Who.
Who brings food every day? Dima does! Unlimited rice pudding, etc., etc.
And this guy also bears a strong resemblance to David Tennant, wouldn't you agree? However, like Tusk, this is the other one of Jodorowsky's works for hire. He didn't even write the screenplay. In fact, he fought with the producers a lot, limiting his artistic control over the film. And again, like Tusk, he has since disowned this film. Due to these facts, I expected very little of Jodorowsky's trademarks to come about, supposedly being a children's film like Tusk, and with a name like The Rainbow Thief, I didn't expect that much, but I was surprised with these rainbow girls. They're wearing thongs, and later we see tits. So this film isn't exactly for the little ones. By the way, we see a single usage of the Tarot cards here. The Tarot was featured in The Holy Mountain and provided the inspirations for the characters of the Incal, especially with the Fool card. Think about it, John D. Fool, the inspiration's clearly there. Now you might expect this movie to be a generic film in the likes of Tusk, which is somewhat true here, but it's way more interesting to watch than the latter, especially with the combined talents of Peter O'Toole and Omar Sharif, which obviously should remind any film buff of Lawrence of Arabia.
I have drunk from it.
The set designs here are actually pretty neat and enjoyable, especially their hideout in the sewers. Looks like something out of a Charles Dickens story. There are a few subplots about the sewer waters rising with a massive flood and Dima getting into trouble with a dwarf, but they're not exactly memorable and have the misfortune of being squashed into an hour and 30-minute long movie. That's the thing about this movie. This is one of these films in which the characters and the setting are more interesting than the story. It's certainly not as bland as Tusk, but certainly not as weird as the works he wrote like El Topo or The Holy Mountain or Santa Sangre. In short, it may be the most mainstream of Jodorowsky's work, but is that what Jodorowsky is known for? Going with the mainstream? No. If you want to pay your respects to the 3 deceased main actors, I would say go ahead and give it a watch, but much like Tusk, this has never been released in the US, either in theaters or home video. However, finding a copy of the movie was again much easier than I expected through eBay all the way from South Korea. It claims to be in Region 3, but the item description said it was Region 0. But it still plays on my Blu-ray player. Region coding? I don't understand you. And the Rainbow Thief would get just 3 Triforces of O'Toole, Lee, and Sharif combined out of 5.